Congratulations! Hello all. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. So Guys, we welcome everyone to the Power BI with SQL Week 1 live session. And today we have our instructor Abid here. So before starting the session, we request everyone to please set your chart setting default to meeting group chart. Also, stay on mute until and unless that you have a doubt. Okay. Okay. So, Abid, we'll wait for 5 minutes since the students were joining. So let's wait for 5 minutes and then we can begin the session.
Sure.
Oh, okay, guys. Let's wait for a few minutes and then we can begin the session. All right, guys, let's begin the session. So let's welcome our instructor, Abid. So, hi, Abid. Good morning.
Good morning, Ravi. Good morning, everyone. Is my voice clear and audible?
Yes, Abid.
Right, thank you. There's some issue with my camera, so I won't be turning it on today. So let us proceed with the session. I hope everybody is doing well, and can you all confirm as well that you all can hear me too? And you can see my screen as well? Perfect. All right. So yesterday, what did we complete? We completed till append queries, isn't it? We've completed till append queries. We need to do merge. Okay, so we will do merge queries today. And then we'll start with the other transformation options. Let us start then. Okay. Now, as we go ahead, I need you to understand a few things. Merge queries are, we are going to combine tables here. Like in append, we are combined tables. But what did we do in append? In case of append, what did we do? We just arranged them or stacked them one above the other. And we made sure that the number of columns in all the tables are the same. So I can just, add them one above the other. But what if the table is like this? Let's say these are the tables this time. Okay. I'll remove this for now. We don't need these. Let's only keep it to this much. Okay. So these are some tables we have: orders, payment, customers, products. What I want now, in one output, I need the name of the customers, or let's say I want the whole payment table and I want the name of the customers. Look for unique column and join. Exactly. So what is this called? What are we going to do in case of merge queries? In append, what did we do? We added row wise, right? I mean, we just added rows. In merge queries, remember it like this if it seems easier. Append queries, combining row wise. That's what we did. Combining rows. In this, we are combining columns. What does that mean? I'll need the whole payment table, and from that I have only customer IDs of these customers, right? I need the names of the customers also. So what will this merge do? It will add columns over there. But for this also there is a condition. You need a common column in between both the tables. So is there a common column between customers and the payments table? What is the common column between customers and payment table? Customer ID is the common column. Using customer ID, I'll be able to join these two tables. There is a concept called as joins. If anybody who knows SQL here, they might have an idea about what is a join. Okay, so this is similar to that. Somebody yesterday mentioned they know Tableau. So in Tableau also there is something called as a join. If you do not know, however, I'm explaining it to you right now. Okay, so you have the customers table, payments table. I need to join. I just want to know, the problem statement here is I want the names of these customers. Along with their payment detail, I want their names. For that, I have to join customers and the payments table. So what did I do? I just added the names of the customers here. But it's not as simple as this. There are a few things that we need to know here. There are different types of joins in this. There is a left outer join, right outer join, full outer, inner join, left anti and right anti. These left anti and right anti, these are there in Power BI only, but these four are common everywhere. If you understand it over here, you will be understanding it for SQL also. As a concept, this will be the same in both. So let's just understand what these will do. These two circles, this is a Venn diagram. You all know what a Venn diagram is? So in this Venn diagram, these are the tables, let's consider. The table on the left is the left table. The table on the right is the right, the circle on the right is the right table. Can you share this link? Okay. This is in Microsoft's documentation directly. Okay. You will have these in your notes also, Shraddha. So here, what do you have? You have two tables, left and right, and everything from the left table. All the rows from the left table and matching rows from the right table. That will come in case of a left join. What does that mean? Is there a possibility that there are a few customers? We discussed about these yesterday, right? So there are a few customers who have registered but did not make a payment. So in case of a left join, I want to find out all the customers who have registered but not placed an order, let's say. Registered but did not place an order. Print their order status. If this is the question, what will I do? I'll take, for this, do I need all the customers' data? I need all the customers and their payment status. So I'll take all the customers, sorry, order status. I'll take all the customers here. This is the data of all the customers. Now I also want their order IDs. If they have placed orders, I will get their order details here. So now, is there an order ID for customer ID 1? C1. What is the order ID for customer ID 1? 1. For customer ID 2, it's 2. For customer ID 3, is there any? Customer ID 3 did not place any order, right? So for them, we will get a null value. So then we found out the customer who have not placed any orders, and we found out those who have placed also. Did you understand this? Everything from the left table and matching values from the right. Did you understand? In this case, customers is my left table, orders is my right table. How will you understand which is left and which is right table now? Based on the question. In case of a left join, if I'm trying to use, I have to look at the question on which table is my question focusing on. That means from which table do I need all the data? Now I'll give you another question. You all will tell me which is the left table in this case. I want all the products, find out all the products. Print order details, print the order details. I mean, those orders which have the certain products, okay? Include those which were never ordered. Did you understand the question? If you did not understand it, let me know, I'll rephrase it. So I want all the products and I want to see their order details. I also want in the output, I want to include those products which were never ordered. So in this case, I know I have to join products and orders table. Is there a common column between them? Can I join them? First, check if there is a common column between products and order. You can only merge if you have common column. Yes, product ID is the common column, right? Balkrishna, there is a common column. Have a look. In the products table, you have product ID. And in the orders table, you have a product ID. That is the common column. Now, not quantity. This order's quantity is different and this quantity is different. The products here, these are the products available with you in your inventory. Here, these are the product or quantity that is ordered. These are two different things. So they are not same. Product ID is the common column. Does that answer? Hema, if I'm pronouncing your name correct. Yes, that's correct. Let's just rephrase it to stock. Okay, stock available or something. But even if the column name is same, we should be able to differentiate between them, right? So I'm just removing the null thing. Okay, now have a look at this. What will be the left table now as per the question? Products table will be the left table, says Vivek. Does everybody agree with Vivek? Products table. Why products table? Because I want all the products, everything from here. And then I want to check if there were any orders for them. So for product ID 1, is there any order placed? No. For product ID 1, there is no order, right? There's only for product ID 3 and 2. For product ID 2, the order ID is 2, this 1. Okay. So now we know which are the products for which the order was placed. This is left outer join that you just did. Did everybody understand what is left outer join? This Venn diagram is the easiest way to understand. Everything from the left table and only the matching values from the right. Is there anybody who did not understand left outer join? Did I add it wrong? Product ID 3 is order ID 1, right? Product ID 3 is order ID 1. Okay. So did you understand left outer? Everybody, any questions on what is left outer? Because if you have understood left outer, you will be able to understand right outer easily. Please explain once more. Can you exactly tell me what did you not understand? The same way, let's do customers and payments. Is there a common column between customer and payment? Can I join them in any way? Did all the customers make payments or complete their payments? No. Did all the customers pay? Let's just add it like this. So there are some customers who might have not placed orders, so obviously they'll not pay. So what do I want to include in the output? Print an output which shows all the customers, including their payment status. So somebody wanted me to explain again. Is your name Honey? Should I pronounce it Honey? So here, print and what you have to do, you have to print all the customers and then you have to check whether they have made payments. Left outer join means everything from the left table. How do we understand which is the left table? You have to read the question. After you read the question, the problem statement or the requirement, so you will read the question. Based on that, you will understand what is the type of join. As per this question, I need all the customers' data. Okay, every customer, and I just want to check whether they have made the payment or not. Okay, so that means I need to take all the customers. Can you explain the entire scenario? Why I couldn't understand the concept? I didn't understand your question. Sairam, you can unmute yourself and let me know what's the issue. I could not understand your question.
Madam, actually, I couldn't understand the entire scenario, madam. Can you repeat it for once again?
Entire scenario as in the question you did not
Yeah,
understand? Okay,
yeah,
so what we have to do, uh, there are two tables. Okay, so what I want to know, let's say this is a store where there are different customers. Customers have placed orders. And there is also a possibility that some customers have registered, but they have never ordered anything from us. Is that a possibility? There is possibility that people register but never place orders. People register and then some of them they place orders, some don't. Right? Probably you log into some website to just check the prices, but you never place orders there. For that, what you have to do, you have to check those customers who have not placed orders. That's what we did over here. Okay, in the first scenario, we found out the customers who have placed orders, those who have not placed orders as well. So this is something similar to that. Finding out all the customers who have not made any payments. Did you understand the scenario now? So I want all the customers. That means every customer's data and then their payment status. How will I get to know their payment status? By adding payment ID over here. Yes, we need to connect payment with orders, is it? Why do we need to connect payment with orders? Why can I not connect customers with payments? Because I'm not asking for any order data. I don't want to check order details. If I want to check order details, I'll add order details also. I just want the customers who made payments. That's all. Because in the payments table, can you see customer ID is there? So I can directly connect these two. Now let us check. Did customer ID 1, C1, do you see in the payment table? Their payment ID is 1. Yes, we only need information of the payment made. We don't want information of orders. For C2, is there any payment ID? Yes. For C3, there is no payment ID. Okay. What is this null? That means there is no corresponding payment ID for this customer.
Ma'am, if in the place of payment ID
Mhm.
we put it payment date to, it is wrong, or we put both payment ID and payment date.
You can add the whole table also there. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Okay. For all the data here, it will be null. It depends on what do you want in the output. All their corresponding data you're trying to get from
Ma'am,
the
if
right
there
table.
is payment date to, it is also the corresponding data of.
Yeah, that's also corresponding. That's what I'm telling you. You can take the whole payment table and add it here. That's not a problem. The idea is to understand how to join them to get their corresponding data. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Sairam, Honey, is it clear to both of you as well?
Madam, second, product ID, there, why you keep null here? I didn't understand, madam.
Because no orders are placed for product ID 1. In the products table, just check what do I want to see. So let's say you have 3 products. Okay, you have 3 different candles. You're trying to sell all of them. Did you receive any orders for product ID 1? In the orders table, product ID, this is the product ID column, right? Have a look at these. This is your product ID and this is your product ID. These 2 columns. In this orders table, do you see product ID 1? Are there any orders for product ID 1? How do you know whether there are orders for product ID 1 or not? In this, you will get the product IDs for the orders placed. So do you see product ID 1 in this table?
None.
No, that is why you're getting null. So what am I getting here? All the products and their corresponding orders. If their information is available in the orders table also. That means were they ordered or not is what I am trying to find out. Was product ID 1 ordered? No, it was not ordered. Was product ID 2 ordered? Yes. So if yes, what is their order details? Who placed the order? What is the order ID? When was it placed and all that? So their corresponding order details are available. But for product ID 1, there are no corresponding order details. Now, did you understand?
Uh, Madam, actually, the question is do we need to write the null in the column, or it will automatically fill as null?
It will be filled. You don't have to do anything there. So
That's all.
Power BI will do it for you. When you join, when you merge them, when you merge write merge queries, this will happen by itself. You don't have to write anything. Their corresponding values you are trying to find out. Understand it this way. What you're trying to do, you get all the values from the product table and their corresponding values from the orders table. So if there are any order details for product ID2, I'll get it over here. If there are no order details for the product ID1, it will not show here. Okay, can't I use 0 instead of null? 0 is a value. This is something I mentioned yesterday. 0 is a value. Let's say, Murli, you did not write the exam, okay, and you got 0 in an exam. Are both the same thing? You did not write the exam. That means you are absent. And you got 0 in the exam. Are both the same thing, Murli? 0 is even after writing the exam, you got 0. But null is when you did not attempt the exam at all, right? So then how can I give you 0 in that case? Why do you get absent in the memos instead of 0 when you don't attend the exam? They should just simply give 0 because you don't have a score, isn't it? Do you understand the difference now? Can you please respond if you understood? Yeah. So that's the same difference between 0 and null. Null shows that there is no information about it. If we add all columns of two tables, then why it is called as joins? Oh, sorry, why it is called as left join? We are not adding from, see, rows available. See, corresponding data is what we are doing there, Supriya. You have products table. Okay, you have products table and their corresponding values. So I'm not getting everything from the right table, isn't it? I'm getting only their corresponding data. That is about left join. Now, if you have understood left join, it's the same for right join. Everything from the right table and corresponding values from the left table. I'm first explaining you the concept because if you have understood the concept, to do it in Power BI, it's very simple. We're just going to use the tables and we'll do it. But did you hear in the right join what happens? Everything from the right table and their corresponding values from the left table. I can use all these with the right join also. Just that the table that I'm using, the order of the tables that we are using. In this case also, I can get the same output using right join, just that customers will be my right table. And matching values from the left table. So orders becomes my left table. Right join is just the vice versa of left join. By looking at the images also it is clear, right? Power BI does not decide which is your left table or right table. You have to decide which is your left table or right table. Based on what you decide is the left and right table, Power BI will perform the join. So in case of customers and orders, products, orders, customers and payments, you can decide whatever join you want to use. Based on the question, you will decide. Right join is just the vice versa of left join. Everything from the right table and corresponding values from the left. Everything from the right table, corresponding values from the left. Did you all understand right join? It's the same as left join, just that right table will be your focused table, all the data from the right table. I'll pause here. Did you all understand this left and right joins? Samant has understood, Balkrishna. I want everybody to respond so that I can move ahead. Full outage. Why we want two joins?
How we consider which table have to be considered as a left or which table we have to consider as a right table?
Look, read the question, Prashant. When you read the question, when you read the problem statement, you understand, you will understand from which table do you need all the data. Do you need all the products? Do you need all the customers?
Can you please give one example of right join as well?
This is the example for right join. Instead of customers considering as the left table, I'm considering customers as the right table. Okay, let me give a different table altogether. Okay, let's say there is a students table and student name, and there is exam ID. Now, my question is, I need the names of the students, not the names of the students. Let's say I want all the students and I want to check whether they have attempted the exam. I can see some questions in the chat. I'll just first answer this question and I'll come back to read the other questions also. Okay. Now, these are the two tables. Okay. Student is one table and exams is the exams is another table. The question is, print all the registered students' details and exam status is not a good option. And print if they have attended the exam. So this is the question. Read the question and tell me, do I need all the exams details or I need all the students' details? What do I need first? Which is my focus table?
In detail.
Sorry, which one?
Student details.
Student details. So I need all the students. So this is my right table. I'm using a right join here. Okay. So this will be the right table. The focused table will be right. And this is the left table. I'm using a right join over here. Everything from the right table and their corresponding values from the left. Now, I want exam ID here to check if they have written the exam or not. From left, exam ID. Yes. Now, can you tell me, did student ID S1 attempt the exam? Do I have an exam detail for that student? How about student ID S2? No. How about student ID S3? Now, is it clear? I used a right join here. You can decide irrespective of how the tables are written. That is not the thing. It is about what you consider as the right table or left table.
But from here, what I understood, madam, is like this is the left join, right? I mean, you are
This is a
taking
right
because the
join.
question. No, the question you have given is to print all the registered students. The students come to the left and the corresponding data, which is the exam ID, that comes from the right.
Yes, but look at the table names I have written. I have given this as the right table, this is the left table. So that means I need all the values from there. If the output of the left join will also be the same, Karthik, I can consider all the students as the left and exams as the right in that case. So everything from the students table and the matching values from the right. That's what I'm telling you. Both of these, left join and right join, they are just vice versa of each other. You just need to decide which is your left table and which is your right table.
So
If you
it may be
decide,
like the first column which you select is the decides whether it should be the left or the right.
sorry, your voice is very low. I cannot understand.
What I meant is the table which you select as the first selection, the first
Mhm.
selection which you take, decides whether it should be left or the right. Accordingly, Power BI will accept it as the left join or
You
right
have
one.
to give there in Power BI. You will specify which is your. You will specify the tables and then you will specify the joins. We will do it here. You will understand that. You have to
Okay.
specify which join do you want to use, which is your left table, which is your right table. You have to specify there.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
In the case of left joining, we have decided that which table was given in the question. It is the left table, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. In the case of right joining, how can we decide that which table is right?
Same way. How did you decide? So let's say this is the question. Which is the left table in this case? If you read this question,
Which in this case, the student details are the left case.
left table in case of left join,
Okay.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, in case of right join, student details are the right table.
Okay.
See, read this. In case of left join, all the rows from the left table, matching rows from the right. All the rows from the right table, matching from the left. It's just the vice versa of each other.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, somebody asked me, if we have left join, why do you want to give right join? I mean, I can directly use left join, right? Why are you giving right join? In this case, what happens is sometimes you will have to use both. Okay, in that case, that will be a problem. Here in Power BI, you can join only 2 tables at a time. But if you are using some SQL kind of a database or something, in that case, you will have to join multiple tables. So you might have to use left join and right join both together. Can you give a real-time example for left join or right join? This is a real-time example only to check if the students have attended the exam, to check if the customers have placed orders or made the payment. I mean, whatever table we need, we can put left join only. Yes, Sushma, if you're comfortable using only left join. There was actually, what do you say, a joke or a meme running on LinkedIn. People were saying that who even uses right join, because everybody keeps using left join, and there is something called as inner join also. We will learn about inner join now. So people use only inner join and left join in real time. But sometimes you will have to use both the joins together. For that purpose, you need to know what a right join is also. So there are some other questions. How do you decide null? We don't decide null. I mean, okay, here in this case, based on who did not write the exam. How can I imagine which is null? There is no imagination. You have 2 tables here, right, Sai Krishna? So if you look at this, S1, S2, S3. Did S1 write an exam? Do you have an exam ID for that? Yes. S2, do you see in the exams table? Right in front of you, what data is there? Based on that, you will give it. There is no imagination in this. Difference between joins: left join, everything from the left and matching from right. Right join, everything from right, matching values between the left. It all depends on human sense, which side you decide whether. That is where we come in picture. Power BI cannot decide what type of or what do you say? What logic are you applying there? Power BI cannot decide that. S4 and S5 are also registered. How do you know they are registered, Monica? Because I don't have their details in my students table. How do you know they are registered? So it depends on how do we use. We only need to solve the question. Yes, we will solve the question as per our understanding we have to solve. You have to understand the requirement that is given to you. Based on that, you will solve it. Now, are all your questions cleared? Is anybody still confused between left and right join? Now, for the same tables, let's say students and exams table, are there any common, I'm not talking about common column this time. Common column has to be there. Without that, I'll not be able to get the output. Okay. Now, common column is there, definitely. Student ID is there. I'm talking about common value. When I say common value, I'm talking row. Do you see common value between student and exams? Is there any common value between them? S1 is the common value. So the question will be, print the details of the registered customers who have written the exam. Here, the question was if they have written. You wanted to check if each of them have written the exam. But that's not what I want to do now. I want the details only of those who have registered and attended the exam too. I don't want the other details. This type of join is inner join. Let's look at this example also. Customers, I want the details, print the details of customers who have placed orders. That's all. I don't want to see those who have not placed any orders. So can you tell me which are the customers who have placed orders? These are your focus tables. In this case, no left table, no right table. Common values from both the tables. Inner join is only common values from both the tables. So which are the customers who have placed orders? That's all. C1 and C2. There won't be any null in case of inner join. You can just get it like this. Everything from the right table. Sorry, matching values from both the tables. Common values, do you see this? This is the inner join. matching values from both the tables. In case of full outer join also, okay, before I move, did you understand inner join? Did everybody understand inner join? I don't want to rush. Is everybody clear with left, right, and inner?
Ma'am, once again, can you explain? Inner
I
join.
want only common values from both the tables. Common values, when I say, I mean those customers who have placed orders. In the left outer join, what did we see? There were a few customers who did not place orders, right? And we got their data also. Isn't it here?
Yeah, ma'am.
Customers who have not, I don't want that. I only want those customers who have placed orders. That means the customers whose data is there in the orders table as well. Okay. Now, when I say common, both the customers who have placed orders, the values which are there in this table, as well as this table. That is inner join. Does that explain?
That means there will be no null here. Like only
Exactly.
the customers who have placed orders will be showed here.
Yes.
In inner join.
There will be no null. Full outer join now is all the values from both the tables. There will be null values. So how can you remember full outer join as output of inner join plus output, extra values from left table plus extra values from right. All the values from both the tables. If I'm looking at this table now, first, this is full outer join I'm talking about. So how will this go? Students and exams. What will happen? Common values. What is the common value? I know this is the common value, right? This is the output of inner join. Then extra values from the left table. These are some students who have not given the exams, right? So here, let me write it over here. For them, I would get null value over here. But in the right table also, there are extra values. I don't have the names of these students. I have their IDs, but I don't have their names. So what are they? I have S4, I have S5. I don't have their names. But they have given the exam. They might have not registered, but they have given the exam. This is the output of full outer join. All the values from both the tables and their corresponding values. This is the output of full outer join. Simple example, Sai Krishna. Okay. Outer means combining all the values available. Exactly. What the output that you get with the inner join, extra values from the left and extra values from the right. I'm thinking of, did you all understand all these types of joins? Left outer, right outer, full outer, inner join. Sai Krishna, are you also able to follow everything from both the tables? Let's do one thing. Let's try doing it with Power BI and then let's see if we are able to understand that. Right anti, left anti, it's just that left anti here will give everything, only rows from the left table. Right anti, only rows from the right table. That's all. If you want to see, that is left anti and right anti. But mostly we'll be working with left outer and inner join based on most of the problem statements. In real time also, when we perform any requirement, when we try to give output for any requirement, we mostly use left and inner join only. You need to understand these as concepts because the same will be used in SQL as well. Let's try to do this and let's understand. I'm going to take the retail sales data set. Do you all have the retail sales data set? Yesterday we loaded it if you remember. I'm going to just load all the tables that are there. And I'm going to transform data. What we do in transform data, this will remain with the data set. We are making changes. We are cleaning our output, our tables. Now, let's look at all these tables. Did you explore these data set, by the way? Did you open the retail data set and see all the values in these tables? There are customers tables, all the customers data, right? Name, full name, email, phone number, city, gender, everything about the customer. Date table has only date. This date table, this works as a, what do you say? It works as the calendar. Then you have the products table. You have product name, category, subcategory, everything about the product. Regions in which probably the stores are available. Sales transaction is your order table here. Okay. Now what I want to do you see the sales transaction is there? In the sales transaction, I have only product ID. Did you notice that? I have only product ID. I don't have the name of the product. So what do I want now? In the sales transactions table, I want the product name as well as the product category. Okay. In this case, what type of a join should I use? I just want to see the product ID and a product name and product category of all the products available in the sales table. What type of join am I using here? Vivek says inner. How many of you agree with Vivek? Left or right? Okay. Why left or right? The question is, there are product IDs in the sales transaction table, right? I just want their names, the product names of the product ID available in the product in the sales transaction table and their categories. Inner, because I want of the not left, because when I do left, I need an I would get nulls also. I don't want null values. I want the names of these products. That means the products which are available in the sales table as well as the products table. So it will be an inner join. Common values I need. Names of these products which are already available in the product in the sales transaction table. So the names of these products, that means those products are also available in the products table. Did you understand this? All those who mentioned left join? Prashant and Reshma. Now, I'll just click on merge queries. Here, you remember yesterday I did append as new. If I'm doing append as new, it would create a new table and join both the tables in that one. If I similarly here also, when I'm doing merge as new, it will create a new table over here. Okay, and it will merge. If I'm just using merge queries, it will add the column in the sales transaction only directly here. I don't want it like that. I want to merge query as new. Yes. So now if you see here, have a look at how this is given. Select tables and matching columns to create a merged table. This is the sales transaction table. What did I want to join it with? I want to join it with products table. Okay, I hope everybody is on my screen. Everybody can see my screen, right? You'll miss the step otherwise and you will not be able to get the output. So sales transaction is one table, products is one table. In case of an inner join, do you agree that the order of table does not matter? Which is written first, which is written later, it does not matter because I want only common values. Now, what is the common column in between these two? Is there a common column between sales and products? Product ID. How will you select that? You will click on the column. I just selected one column in the sales transaction table. In the products table, now you see both the columns are selected. Here do you see selection matches 1000 of 1000 rows from the first table. Now, join kind is given over here. You will click on this. I want only matching rows, inner join. Okay. Did you understand everything what I did here? There is something written as fuzzy matching. What that is, I'll tell you in a while. But for now, we are just doing an inner join. I'll just click on OK. This is a merged table that is created. Okay. Now here, yes, Kaushik. Inner join, you can write any table in any order. It is fine because you just need the common values, right? Now look at the output. I've got everything from the sales table, but I do not see the products table. Do you see? Instead of products, I'm just getting table here. Can you all notice this? It is not giving me any product name or anything. So what we have to do, I hope everybody is on my screen again. Otherwise, you will again miss this. So in the products, do you see this? There is an option to expand. It has given you the product table like this. So you have to expand it. Click on this to expand this particular thing. Now, what will it give you? It will give you options. Do you want to see all the columns from the product table also? In this output also, when I was showing you, what did I tell you? You can either get only the 1 or 2 columns, or you can get all the columns from both the tables. Similarly here, it's asking me what columns do I want to see. So what did I mention I want to see? I want to see product name and category. Yes or no? You can add all columns. That is fine. There's no problem adding all the columns. But I want to see only product name and category of the products for which the orders have been placed. So I'm selecting these and I'm clicking OK. Now it gives me both the columns, product name and product category. For each sales, I have these details also. If you want to move it beside this product ID, you can do that also. Just reorder the column. This is the product name and yeah. Okay. I'll pause here. Did you understand how did I do that inner join? Is that option available for the first table too? As in, you can join customers with the other table as well. You can join customer with sales transaction also. Now what I'll do, I'll show you this. It will be, you can join all the tables which have common column between them, Sushma. I cannot join customer and product table. Okay, do you see customer table? These are the columns in the customers table. Do you see products table? These are the column in the product table. I cannot join these two. Why can I not join customer and product table? Because there is no common column between them. But I can join customers and sales transaction. What is the common column between them? Between customers and sales transaction, is there a common column? Customer ID. This time my question is, listen to the question carefully. I want all the customers and I want their transaction details. That is total amount they have paid. Okay, transaction details, when I say, I just want to see the total amount they have paid. Now, it is possible that some of them have not placed an order. I want to see them also. Okay. Yes, you can use either left join or you can use right join, any one of them. But you have to make sure that the table is placed correctly. So I'll click on customers because I need everything from this. Merge queries, merge query as new. Now here, everything from customers table, all the customers, everything as in, it does not have to be all the columns. I'm saying I'm talking about all the rows. I want all the customers. And so in this case, the first table that I write here, that I use, that is the left table. If I'm using a left join. And here I want the sales transactions table. Common column between them, customer ID. If I'm using a left join, the first table is customers. If I'm using a right join, The second table is customers. Did you understand? How am I differentiating the order of the tables in case of joins? Yes, no, maybe. Left join, I'll use first customers and then I'll use sales transaction as right. Tirupati says no. Tirupati, just have a look. If I'm using a left join. Customers is the first table. Whatever table I select first, that is the left table. Because we are not writing here, right? We're just using whatever is given to us. So here it is giving two options, the first table and the second table. First table that you select is your left table. Second table that you select is your right table. Okay. In case of a left join, I want everything from the customers table. So if I'm using a left join, first table will be customers. If I'm using a right join, second table will be customers. Did you understand now? Now what do I have to do? I have to select the common column in between them. Common column between them, customer ID. You have to specify this, otherwise you will not get this OK option. This will not be available to click. You have to select the common column. You have to select the join. Now, because customers is the first table, sales transaction is the second table, I'll use a left join. And I'm clicking on OK. There is a new merge that we are able to see here. Customers, sales, left. Okay, I'll show you with the right join also how to do it. But now again, if we just scroll towards the right, we see only sales transactions, the whole table. We have to expand it. And when we expand it, we see all the columns. What did I say? I want only the total amount. Okay, I'll click on total amount and I'll click OK. If there are any customers who have not placed orders, for them I'll get null values. So I see there are no such customers though, but if there were any, you would get null values for them. Do you see, if you look at this, there is no null value. All the customers have placed orders. That's why we are not getting any null value. But if there were any customers who have not placed any orders, for them I would get null. I'll pause here for a while. Did you understand how did I do the left join? The same question, I'll do the right join. Is there a possibility of more than 2 matched columns in both the tables? Then which one we need to give the priority? Bharat, when we do data modeling, you will understand that. Yes, Karthik, I'll repeat again. What you understand it, there is a column which, it's not about the name of the column. It's about how are you deciding. For example, you placed orders, right? You have a customer ID on Amazon and you place an order over there. There is a possibility that some other customer has also placed the same product ID. Or maybe, let's say if we are talking about address ID. If there is a same address ID for you and some other customer, that will not be the differentiating factor. What will be the differentiating factor between you and the other person placing the order? It is the customer ID. Right? So even the column name is the same. Like I told you, if it is quantity here, you will not join these based on quantity. You will join it based on this. There is a concept of, when you have the common column, I'll show you how the model looks like. We will do this data modeling also in some time as we go ahead. Forget about the column names here, okay? You're not able to see, I know. Do you see this link? When you just hover over this link, it will show you common columns between two tables, which you can use to join. Okay? Based on that, you will decide. Okay, do you see this? This line will show you based on what will you decide. Even here, I can show it to you here right now. Karthik, I'll repeat again. Just give me a moment. I'll answer Bharat's question and then I'll come back to your question. Now, here if you see, after we load the data, have a look at these. So when I'm just not merge sales, customers and sales products is what I want. Sales transaction and customers. Do you see if the common column, if there are more than one common column, you'll come here and check. Do you see only customer ID is being highlighted?
Yes.
If there are more than one common columns also, it will not highlight that one. Because this join is based on this column only. I mean, the relation between these two tables is based on this column only. Using this data model, you can understand.
Got it.
Okay. Now I'll go back to the transform data here. Coming back to Karthik's question. Karthik, let's do the same, answer the same question, but using a right join. Okay, then you will understand the steps again. I'm going to answer the same question. Should I answer the same questions or let's do products and sales transaction this time. No, there will be more values there. Okay, let's do the same question, customers and sales only. I want to see the customers and their transactions. Okay. In that case, all the customers and the orders they have placed. I also want to see if they have not placed any orders. So let's do merge as new. Now in this case, customers will make customers as the right table. So which join should I use if customers is my right table? Karthik, can you also respond? If customers is my right table, which join should I use? I'm answering the same question. All the customers and their corresponding orders.
Right table should be the customer ID.
Yes, right. Right table should be customers. Customer ID is the column.
Okay.
Okay. Now common columns between them. What is the common column between them?
Customer ID.
Customer ID. Now we will select the type of join. Okay. These are the steps. Do you understand the steps now?
Yeah.
Now after this, I'll name it as, I've used right join here, right? So okay. Now here, what did I want? I wanted amount. Okay, let's add all the details here. That's not an issue to add all the details. Okay, so all the customers and their corresponding orders. All the customers have placed orders. That's why we are not seeing any null values. Okay, if there were any customers who have not placed any orders, I would have seen null values there. Okay, now I want all of you to try this. See, in the tasks, of course, you have to use see, in the tasks that you have here, you have to use Adventure Work Sales database. You can try this later. Okay. For now, we have loaded retail sales dataset, right? So I want you to do a join between product and customers. Use inner join, left join, and right join. Try with all the three and let me know what is the output. What will happen if I'm using products and say not customers, products and sales transaction? I want to see the products for which the orders were placed or print all those also for which the orders were not placed. So which join will I use in that case? All the products and whether they were ordered or not, I want to see. Which join will I use? Left or right? Anything, right? In case of products, which table will be the left in case of left join? Products. Which table will be right if I'm using the products table? Sorry, which table will be right in case of right join? Again, the products only, right? Now, you can also do a inner join. What will be the output if I am using an inner join? I will get only those products for which orders were placed. Okay, so use products and sales transaction and you will perform a join on them. All these three, inner, left, right. You can try full outer also, but first inner, left and right. Will there be any difference if I choose customer table as my second table and select as left join? In this case, in this current table, there won't be any difference, Rajiv, because all the customers have placed orders. So that's why there won't be any difference. But if there were some customers who have not placed any orders, in that case, I would get null values for customers' data. Do you understand, Rajiv? If you think I was not able to answer your question, unmute yourself and let me know. Can I get the Excel report? This is the Excel report.
Madam, actually, so now, right now, there is no null value, so we can't differentiate which is left and which is right. So, suppose like if you suppose there are null values, then how do you where do you see the null, like in the left join or in the right join?
Like how you are getting null values in these, right? Why are we getting null values in these? Because we don't have information of these sales rep. So
Okay.
in case of this, where will we get null values? I use customers as my right table in case of right join. So I'll get all the customers and here in all these details. Let's say if customer ID 1 or this customer ID 252. Let's say if this customer has not placed any orders. So all this will be null for that customer. The columns in the transaction table that are there, they will be null for those customers who have not placed orders. So let's say if this customer ID 202, if this customer would have not placed orders, so all the sales transaction data, null, 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 all these will be null for them. Try it with the products. Let's see if all the products have been placed, have been ordered or not. I want you to do a join between product and sales transactions. Let's see if we get the null values there. Did you understand what you have to do? Just join products and sales transaction. Or use all these left, right, and inner. In case of left or right, you have to make sure you have to check which one is your left or right table. I'm not saying anything, Kaushik. I have given you a task. You have to do the task. You have to join the products and sales transaction table. I'm waiting for all of you to complete it. Can you all hear me? Can you confirm? Ravi, can you hear me?
Yes, Abid, I can hear.
Yeah. Thank you. So you have to perform this task, Kaushik. Load the data, come to transform and join products and sales transactions. Is anybody facing any challenge to do it? Does anybody need my help? Do let me know. Write the question. Write the question. Okay. Find all the products in there and check if they were ordered. Use left join first, and I'm just sending the question in the chat as well. This is one question. Another question is, find only those products whose orders were placed. So you have to decide which join for this one. Data is good. There are no null values. Yes. First, we should load data and then transform. You can do both, Sai Krishna. You can either load and then later click on transform. Okay, first probably load and then later click on transform. You can do that. Or else, while you are loading only, you can click on transform. How do I view data model that been shown some time ago? You will see it in this on your desktop only, Vivek. Here we are on this report view, right? If you scroll, if you just see here, this will be the model view. If you have clicked on transform only, you won't be seeing the data here. Click apply changes and then you will see the data. Rakeshwari, I have written the questions in the chat. Can you see those? Is there a filter just to view the null values? You can do one thing. Whatever column you want to view the null values, right? So go to that column. So for example, in this, there are null values, right? Do you see this arrow? Click on that. Here, like how you filter in Excel, right? Just click on this. Click on OK. You will see only null values. Does that answer? For second question, I got 20 rows as output. Second question. Inner join is what you're talking about? Possible, because only those are the common, you will need only the common values, right? After using join, when you expand the other table columns, if we select only one column, then later, okay. In this, you see you have this one, right? It will show you that you have expanded. Just click on this. You will undo that step. You will get those. Okay. You can undo that step to get them back. How many of you were able to do it? I see Kaushik has done it. How many of you have completed it? Done? Okay. I'll also do it here. Meanwhile, for those who are not able to do, you will get an idea how to do it. Okay. I need products and sales transaction this time. For left join and right join, my focus tables are products tables only. Like for customers and sales, customers was the focus. I'm going to give, first let me do the inner join. Okay. The second question that I shared, I'll just do products and sales transactions. Merge queries, merge query is new. I'm going to do an inner join first. So the order of the table does not matter. Product ID is the common column. Inner join is what I'm going to do. The steps are understandable. So it's just the inner join. Now here in this case, what do I want? I want let's add just the sale ID. Okay. So this is what you have to do. Kaushik, do you see? After I expanded it, you will get all the values. Otherwise, it will be 20 only. Each product was ordered multiple times. Okay. There's a possibility that each product is ordered multiple times. So that's what you will see here. The product ID will be repeated this time. If you want to add the product ID also in the output, add that as well. Okay. I want the product ID as well as the sale ID in the output. So you will see each product being repeated. 108 was ordered multiple times. 102 was ordered multiple. Now you will have more rows in this. Okay, after you expand. So this is inner join. I definitely won't get null values in this. So if I rename this, merge products sales. Yes, that's what you get, Rakeshwari. But what you have to do, you have to expand. When you expand, did you expand that column? The final column, if you see, it will show only tables. It's not showing any values, is it? For that, on the top right here, you will get expand option. Have a look. Are you getting it like this? Right? So what do you have to do? You have to click on expand. This top right option, do you see? In the sales transaction, do you see these two arrows? Click on that. That's what I'm saying. You need to select the columns that you want to see in the output. Then you will get all the rows, corresponding rows. All the sales ID for each product you will get. Okay. Now let's do a right join and a left join also on the same thing. So I'm going to use the products. Merge queries is new. This time I'm going to use left join first. Okay. So in right and left both, I received all the columns of the products table and sales transaction for selection. Yes, because you started with the products table, right? You first clicked on product table. I'll tell you what is the difference. You clicked on product table. When this was open, you clicked on merge queries. Do you understand, Darshan? If you keep it on sales transaction and click on merge queries, you will get a different thing. So merge queries is new. Products table and sales transaction. And I want a left join only on this. So I'm doing a product ID and click on OK. Here, again, you will expand. You will expand to sale ID and product ID. Let's do it. So if there are any products which were never placed orders for, I would get null values. But I see there are no such. Just to check if there are any, you can see. If it was null, you will get it over here. You can search for it also, but there are no nulls. Same way you can do the right join also. Products and sales. What did I do here? I did a left. Similarly, you can do right also for this. What I'm facing, I'm understanding all the concepts and I understand how to do, but I'm a little bit confused what I have to do exactly when I see the question. Kaushik, this is just the second session. And I'm sure everybody is feeling the same way, isn't it? We are understanding the concept. We know how to do it, but we are getting confused when we look at the question. Is that happening with everybody? This is just the second session. Okay, so don't worry so much. Just keep on practicing. Okay, I don't have to cover all the topics for you to understand joins. Okay, for you to understand joins, this is a standalone concept. It's just that in Power Query, okay, in Power Query Editor, there are certain steps that we are doing. All these what are append queries, merge queries, all these things that we are learning. You'll understand all of them if you practice more. That's all. That is the reason you have classwork tasks, homework tasks, assignments. You have all of them. You have a lot of data to practice as well. If you are done with all of these, if you want more data sets to practice, I'll give you more data sets to practice. So don't worry about that. You just need a lot of practice. And if you notice, when I asked, almost everybody responded. Everybody is feeling the same way. You just need practice, that's all. And this is just the second session. So don't worry too much. All right. So was everybody able to answer the left join, right join, and inner join between product and sales transaction? Is there anybody who could not do it?
Abid, I have a question,
Yes,
a
tell me.
small question. Like in your screen, you have mentioned like after left joining,
Mm-hmm.
you have just on the sales transaction, you just explode it, right?
Yes.
You have pick any one of the two columns over there. For unknowingly, we just want to see few other columns. Which
Mm-hmm.
option do I need to choose? Do I need to cut the applied step again back to
You have to
the
cut
same?
the applied step
So there is
because
no option we can roll back the
Mhm.
other columns which we can see on the
No,
table, right?
no, there is no control Z kind of thing. It doesn't work here.
Okay, so when we are going to have a deep idea about which columns we want to see on the table, then we have to enable it, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
What if I have selected product ID instead of sales ID and did the expand? How can I? Anand, I think your question is the same, right? So just remove that step. So here in the product sales left, if I've come here, so let's say you want this only. So you can just remove this step, expand again. Select the columns that you want to work with. Sale ID you want, and if you don't want product ID, don't select it. Just the sale ID and click on OK. Second question, I didn't get the question itself. Second question is, I need all the products which were ordered. That was the question. Only those products which were ordered. So there is a possibility that I have a lot of products in my inventory, but only a few products were ordered. One or two products were never ordered. So I don't want to see those products which were not ordered. Do you understand, Prachi? So for example, in this one here,
So can we use inner query also for this?
that's what you have to use inner join only for that.
But then
Only
you
those.
mentioned that you have to use left and right. So I was not able to get the question.
No. See, I'm just looking at the question.
Find all the products and check if they are ordered. Use
That's
left
the
join.
first question, right? Find all the products and check if they were ordered. So if they were ordered, if that question you're talking about, that's the first question I've given. So in this, if they were ordered, I want to check their order status, whether they were ordered or not.
So
If they
for
were
this
ordered.
also we can use inner join, right?
If you use inner join, you will not see the products which were not ordered. In this one, I want only those, I want to see all the products, irrespective of whether they were ordered or not. So if you use inner join, you will not get the null values. You will not get those products which were not ordered. See, look at this products and orders table. If I am using an inner join, the question is find all the products and check if they were ordered. This is the question, right? I can apply this question on these tables also, products and orders if I'm using. If I do an inner join, will I get all the products? The question is asking for all the products and then check if they were ordered. So I'll first get all the products and check their order status. If I'm doing an inner join, I won't get all the products. I will get only those products which were ordered. Did you understand the difference, Prachi?
Yes, Abhita, I understood.
Okay, all right. So similarly in this, you can also do the full outer join as well. What I'll do now, I'll show you the output of full outer join. Because there are no null values again, you won't see any null values there. But in case of full outer join also, it does not matter which is your left table or right table. Because you're going to get all the values from both the tables. All the values, all the rows from both the tables. There has to be a common column and you will get all the values from both the tables. The same procedure, sales and customers, full outer join. This is only when I want to see all the rows from both the tables and their corresponding values as well. You want to see the customer ID and the total amount and the sale ID. Okay. So if there are any customers who have not placed any orders, I'll first get null for them. And later on, if there are any sales transaction for whom we don't have the say customer names, you get null values for them. So it's like the full outer join output, like I showed you over here. Where did my output go? This one, full outer join output. Inner join, and then extra values from left, and then extra values from right. Full outer join will be like this. Left join all the records from the left side, matching records from the, okay, inner join is matching records from both the set. Yes, Bharat, your understanding is correct there. Okay, I'll pause now. We're done with merge queries. Did you all understand merge queries? Yes, there can be a lot of ambiguity still. These are the number of examples I could give, but you can go through the classwork tasks and homework tasks after the session. What happens then, you will get a lot of practice. Then again, if you have more questions on that when you practice more, we will see it in the doubt clarification. We'll go for a quick 10 minutes break now. We will come back and we'll do some other transformation steps. All right, Ravi, let's go for a break.
Yeah, Abid, sure. Yeah, okay, guys, let's go for a short 10 minutes break. Okay, guys, welcome back from the short break. So, Abid, over to you.
Thank you, Ravi. Can you all confirm if you're back from the break? I'll share this sheet with you. If it helps. Anything that I'm going to add in this. But however, this is not necessary. Okay, if you notice, you have module notes. And these module notes will have everything that we are covering with good examples. Okay, so you don't need this. Everything that I'm going to write here, it will definitely be there in those module notes. There is nothing extra that I'm going to add here that you won't find in the notes. Right. Now we will start with other transformation steps. Okay, we'll do as many as we can. This grouping, I'll do it in the end probably. Okay. For doing this grouping, you must know some statistics steps. All right. So we'll first do all these header, count rows, reverse rows, all these things we'll do. This grouping I'll do after we are done with this statistics. All right. So let me just start with this. These are going to be very simple. Okay. So just use any column that you want, any table that you want. In all our tables, the columns are already, the first rows are already considered as headers. Okay. Let's say if they were not. In that case, what you will do, you will just select the table that you want. In this, do you see all the different ribbons? You have home, you have different options in that. You have transform, you have add column, you have view, and you have all the other options. Now we'll go to transform first and we will look at each one of them. Group by, we will do group by, we'll do it when we are done with some statistics. Okay, that's when we will do group by. For now, I'm starting with use first row as headers. Okay, now you can use first row as headers. See, this is the first row. What did I do? I just changed it back. Now what do you see? Here it's just column 1, column 2, column 3, 4, 5, and 6. The first row is coming as first row only. Do you see this? Can you all understand the difference? This should actually be the column names. Do you understand what happened here? This one. Customer ID, full name, email, phone number, city, gender. This should be the column name, but it's not coming as that. Most of the times when you load the data, this is what will happen. You ideally, Power BI will promote them first rows to headers by default. But if it doesn't do, you will get values like these, column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it will be a part of the column, like a value. Instead of that, what you can do, when you are on a given table, select the table, click on this, use first row as headers. It will change the first row to headers. If you want to get them back also, you can do it. Click on this, use headers as first row. So the first row headers that are there, they can be taken back to the first row. Did you understand what did I say? Everybody? I would say make a note of these, how I'm doing it. After I am done with a few of these transform functions, I'll ask you to do it. Okay, I'll first finish all these and then you all can do it. And then later on, I'll do all the rest of them. Okay, so just if you want, probably make a note of this. However, I'll help you out anyway. Okay, so this was only changing the first rows to columns. Can we make change and do operations in Power BI save file? I didn't get your question. I mean, you want to save this query editor file and then use it later, is what you're asking for?
No, this file, if we have save it, and after that we want to do another operation in it. So in the save file, can operation can happen, or
Yes,
can happen.
you can do it. You can do it. If I save it somewhere, if you just save it in your system, okay, anywhere if you're saving it.
And after 1 2 days, we can
You can use it. So it will be saved as a .pbix file in your system.
and make changes.
Yes. So I have done merge queries on this file. Okay, you can save it. Just look at the location where it is being saved. Okay, apply changes. No, Kaushik, it will be the same. You're saving the whole file, the Power BI desktop file also. If you see, I applied changes there. Now, merge queries is what I used, right? Oh, I'm trying to save it. Now, if I want to open it later, I can open it directly. because it's a PBIX file that we are using. In this merge queries, the transform data will be as it is in that, the steps that we used. So do you see this is the desktop file only? You will see all the changes here. But if you go to transform data, you will see all the transform steps there. Okay, you will see all these, you will see all the steps that you have applied on those, everything will still be there. Prashant, did that answer your question? It's just loading, you will get all of them. Why do you make column name as header? Column name as header, let's say, all these columns that are there, if you look at any file, in an Excel file, if I open it in Excel, how do you differentiate? I mean, you will understand by making this as or what do you say, bold, and you will do it. But when we write any formulas in Excel, Nazia, you will use these A, B, C, D to give any formulas, isn't it? So if I'm giving any formulas here, if I give that, I'm going to use the A, B, C, D as the column names over there. Instead of that, in Power BI, what you can do, you can use the correct column names. Instead of column 1, column 2, column 3, you can directly use the sale ID, customer ID, product ID for the formulas. That is the reason you make those as headers. Okay. Okay. Now there's one more thing, that is transpose. What is the meaning of transpose? Have you, I mean, if I don't know if you remember in matrices, when we did matrices in math long time ago, we did transpose of a matrix. Do you remember what happens in that? Rows to columns. That's what happens. And there's no logic behind it, if you remember. It's just all the rows are converted to columns. That's what will happen. It is always preferable to use this transpose only on very small tables. Very small tables. Do you see only 4 or 5 values are there? If you use on them, you will be able to see the difference. Otherwise, if the tables are very big, let's say if I'm looking at the sales transaction, there are thousands of transactions, right? Now, if I just transpose of these, there will be 1,000 columns there, right? And that will create a lot of ambiguity in this. That is the reason why when we want to use transpose, we want to change the column rows to columns, we will use it on very small tables. So where is it? In this, you see the transpose. Click on transpose. Do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. North, south, east, west. They became columns. The rows, they became columns. No, Vivek. Pivot is different. Transpose is different. Pivot we are going to do here. I'll show you pivot. For pivot, you need to know what is group by. Pivot, group by, and statistic, aggregate function. These three we need to understand separately. Then you'll be able to understand all of these. The other functions, they are all standalone. So that's why I'll show you all the others first. Okay. Pivot, you have to apply logic on pivot. We will understand that later. This is what Vivek is talking about, but we will do it later. Transpose is just as simple as you will be turning rows into columns. That's all. Did everybody understand this? Make sure you are not using a very big table to transpose. You use only small tables here. And if you click on that, they'll again turn back into these. Simple, transpose, and use first row as headers. Did everybody understand what these are? What is the use of that thing to show header as row and use as transpose? Header as row, I just told you, right? In case of Excel, when we write formulas, Kaushik, if I want to add up what is there in, let's say I want total amount. In case this total amount column was not there, if I had only unit price and quantity, I want to know the total amount. What will I do for that? What do I have to do for that? I'll have to multiply quantity with unit price, right? That's what I'll have to do. Or if there is a multiplication function, I'm very bad at Excel. You will do a product of this quantity and you will do a product of unit price. What do you do there? You give D multiplied by E. So instead of giving that, in case of Power BI, you can directly give the column names. That is multiplying quantity and unit price. Instead of giving A, B, C, D, column 1, column 2, column 3. Yeah. For now, just understand it this way. Did you understand, Kaushik? The use of headers as row, did you understand first? Now, transpose is, it's just used in case of if you want to see different combinations. So let's say if I don't want these direct column names, I don't want to see region ID. I want to make region ID as the column name. So one for first region, what is the name and what is the territory manager? For second region, what is the region name and territory manager? Instead of coming these, getting these as rows, you want them as columns. So now in this, you have it all correctly. So you can just turn these into, use first row as headers. Okay, now if you see for north, this is the manager. For south, this is the manager. For east and for west. Okay, so you can do it this way for these purposes. Again, not used a lot, but then since we have all the options, why not explore them? Transpose and use as header. Did you understand? Right. Now there are some others. Reverse rows. What will reverse row do? It will just bring the lower transaction above. Okay. In this case, let's say if I have sales transaction, I have a lot of transactions in this. I just want the last transactions to come up. I can use reverse rows. The last transaction, do you see now the sale ID that's come first is 2000. So I want to see the last transactions as first. In which scenario do you use these? Let's say I want to see the latest transactions that happened. No, descending order, yeah, you can say they are the same thing if you want to arrange them in descending. Sorting is also there, but you can get this as well. Yes, we did sorting yesterday. We arranged them in ascending or descending order. In sorting, you can arrange them in ascending order also. This is just bringing the last transaction above. That's all. Similar to that, but you won't say that's exactly what this is doing because you cannot. Now, if I can just change it back to how it was. It's not same as sorting. Sorting will be arranging based on probably some data. If I'm sorting here, I'll be sorting based on the unit price. So if I select the column and if I click on sort, it will arrange based on the unit price or total amount. Do you understand? There is a logic in case of sorting. The total amount that was paid in ascending or descending. If I arrange now, it is based on total amount I have arranged in descending order. This will not be the same as reversed rows. What will reversed row do? It will just bring the last transactions above. There is no logic behind this reverse rows also. It's just bringing whatever the last rows are there. This can be used in case of, with the dates probably. I want to see what were the recent sales that I made. I want them to come up. Yes, just last records above. That's all. Sorting needs logic, like you want the dates, based on dates you want to arrange, you want the total amount, based on that you want to arrange. So you can use sort in that case. Does that answer the questions? You can get the latest transactions also with the sorting, Janvi. If I arrange based on date column, right? If I arrange based on date column, I can get the latest transaction above also with sorting. Did everybody understand? I'm not getting any responses. I hope everybody has understood difference between reverse and sorting. Do you want to try these? Let me just show you count rows, and then you can try all these four. Use first rows as headers, transpose, reverse, and count you can try. Count is very simple. Okay, I'll come back to transpose also in a while, Nishigandha. Let me just finish what is count rows. Count rows will count the number of rows. So if it is counting number of rows, what should be the output? It should give me one number only in the output, yes or no? So in the customers table, how many rows are there? I should just get one number in the output if it is counting, as the name says. So do you see what will it return? Return the number of rows in this table. Now have a look. It will just give me one number. There are 100 rows in the customers table. Okay. If you want to see the number of rows in the products table, I know there are 20 only, but I still if just want to check 20. Count rows just does that. It will count the number of rows and it will give it to you. Now you all can try this. We did not do group by, we will do group by. Just do first row as headers, transpose, reverse rows, count rows. Just try that and I'll give you 5 minutes of time to do that. Because there's not a lot of thing to do in that. Make sure for transpose when you're using a small table. I would say for all of them, use the region table only. First, do a transpose of the region table. I'll share it in the chat, okay? Do a transpose of the region table so that I know everybody is doing the same thing. Okay. Then promote the first row as header. Then reverse rows. Then count. I have sent all these 4 steps. You will do it all on the region table only, on this table only. Do a transpose, promote the first row as header, reverse the row and count. It will not take you more than 2-3 minutes. So just do it. Okay, I see 2 people are already done. It's just that I don't want it to be, only me showing it and you are not practicing it. That is why I want you to do it as well. Is there any way to find the count of a single column? Of a single column, yes. When we do statistics, you will see that. And the statistics we will be able to do. Statistics are nothing but finding out all the aggregate functions. Nitin. So sum, count, minimum, maximum, we'll do all of them in statistics. Okay. We are getting there. We are doing each one by one. So is everybody done? I got 5-6 responses. I need at least 10-15 responses, then I'll proceed. Because we have almost 70 people in the session. Okay, now let's proceed. Shall I move to the next topics? You have data types now. Now, this is very important, by the way. If you look at the sales transactions table, do you see there is an order date column? Okay, and order date column here, shouldn't it be dates? I'll tell you what are the different data types that there, and then we'll go and work on. Count is not working for you. Have you selected a table and clicked on count rows?
I selected the rows.
Don't select the rows, no? Here in the queries, how will you select the rows? Just click on one of the tables here. Let's say this customers table, and click on count rows. You don't have to select anything.
Okay, so okay.
It's just counting the number of rows in the whole table, not in a particular column.
Okay, got it.
Before I tell you how to use data types in Power BI, let's understand the different data types. There are three major data types, or should I say four major data types. You have numeric data types, you have text data types, you have, I'm just trying to keep the words as simple as possible. Okay, text is called as string. Anything in text, it is called as strings. And then you have date related data type, and then you have Boolean data type. These are the four main data types. Again, this is not only with respect to Power BI. If you get into any other programming language, or even if you're learning SQL, you will have these four main type of data. Okay, in this there will be further divisions that will be different based on different languages. In case of SQL, there might be different numeric data types. In case of Power BI, different. In case of Python, different, and so on. For now, since we are doing Power BI, in numeric you have integers and you have decimals. Integers are marked by 1, 2, 3. You see beside the columns, right? You see these 1, 2, 3 beside the columns. That is for integers. You see some 1.2 or so, like these. These are decimals. Did you understand this? What is this? What are we talking about data types when we say in a column, in a table column, you have all these values, right? So this is text type of data. This is numeric data. Prices can be in the form of decimals also. Let's say this is the price. So this is decimal. Prices can be in the form of decimal. So what are we showing with these data types? We are showing how the data is in that particular column. And why is that necessary? If I want to perform any functions, let's say if I want to add things, if I want the sum of all the sales that I have done, total amount column is there, I want to perform sum of all that. So for that, isn't it necessary that it has to be in numeric data type only? To perform such functions, you need to know the data types. For every data type, there is a different function. In numeric, like I told you, add, multiply, divide, all these things I can do using numeric. String, maybe I want to add a prefix to it, like Mr., Mrs., Doctor, such things if I want to add. I want to combine two strings or combine two text, right? In that case, for such, I will need this. Convert it to uppercase, convert it to lowercase. That I can do only to text. Can I convert numbers to uppercase or lowercase? There is no such thing in numbers, right? It's there only in text. So for such functions, for us to be able to perform such functions on these columns, we must know their data types. Power BI detects it by itself, but we can also change it. We will see how to change it now. But by default, Power BI will detect the data type of each column. Let's understand all of these now. Now here in this, in case of strings, it will be mostly just text. Okay, it's just normal text in this. There are no different types in this. It's just different characters that you have. It will be depicted by just ABC. Now, examples of functions that we can do on them: uppercase, lowercase, give spaces, extract a part of that string. Such things you can do using string functions. Those functions we will do, but for now, just the data types. I hope you all are following me. In string, it's just the characters. Okay. In case of date, they can be date. They can be date and time. Yes, alphanumeric can also be in this only. Thank you for reminding. Okay. They can be date. There can be date time. They can be only time. It can be the whole timestamp. What is a timestamp? Which has date, the time, everything. The entire timestamp can be there. So all these things can be there. It can only be the hour, only be the minute, month, time zone. All these things, they will be falling under date data type. Okay. Example, I'll take it from this one only. This one, let's say it's the date. There can be different formats in which the date can be written. It depends on the country you're in and what format does it follow. So here I can write it like, let me write today's date and time instead. So let's say, how is it coming on my laptop? Depends on how you have selected it. Okay. 25. And then the time. Right? This is an entire timestamp. And you can have only the date. You can have only the time. You can have all of it. Just how you want to mention it, you can give it. So that is a part of date. What are Boolean values? True or false? These are Boolean values. Okay. In that output, how will it come? It will come either, it will give you a right and wrong in case of true and false. Right and wrong, that's how it will show you. I don't think we have that in our tables, but it will show you a right and wrong in this. And in which cases will you use Boolean values? Probably I want to mark attendance or if students are active or not. Okay, let's say I have student ID. So here the column name will be is active. So let's say student ID 1, 2, 3, 4. If student ID 1 is active, it will be true. If student ID 2 is active, it will be true. If they are not active, it will be false. Do you understand when will we use Boolean values? It's just yes or no kind, true or false, 0 or 1. These are all the different data types accepted by Power BI. Did you understand the data types? It's pretty simple, but if you understand all these, they're just differently written in different programming languages as we go ahead. Okay, when you go to SQL, you will see some more. But in this case, you have only these many. Now let's go to Power BI. If anybody has not understood, do let me know. Now, in this one, I'll go to transform. Do you see? We are asking it to detect the data type. Okay. When we create columns here, not creating columns exactly, we just added a few columns there, right? A few columns taken from a different table. Ah, yes. Thank you for reminding. It will be there. It will be like a globe. It will come up. Okay. Like the location. Okay. In that case, it will come and the out here, how will it look like? It will look like a globe. And it is more evident, clear in case of Power BI, but sorry, in Tableau, but in Power BI also you can do some maps. Okay, when you do map, you'll be able to see those. So it'll just be like a location. Okay, if you are talking about geo coordinates. Yes, longitude, latitude, those things will come. So that will also be a part of this. These will not be there in case of any other programming language. Okay, in SQL, in Python, these will not be there. It will be there only in BI tools because you have a map. Okay. For example, if Uber wants to check in what all locations are their cabs working. I saw a very good visualization sometime back. Do you see something? Do you see this? Okay. In which location are more of their, what do you say, cabs or their services working more? So they can show it using a map. A map like this. All right. So for such things, you will need the longitude and latitude, the geo coordinates like Honey mentioned. In that case, you will need those. That thing we won't be doing it any programming language, but in case of visualization, we will need it. Did you understand the purpose of using this latitude, longitude as well? Locations as well? Because we have to visualize the data here, right? In that case, you will be needing those. Right. Now here, does decimal come under float? Yes. You don't have it as float here. Do you have it as float? You have it as decimal in this. Float will be in any other programming language if you use. Okay, it's just decimal in this. These are all the different data types. These are all numbers. These are dates. These are text. And these are your Boolean values. Okay, now here, this is the column that we took it from the other table, right? And this one as well. So you can ask Power BI to detect the data type of this. So you click on this and you will click on detect data type. Power BI will detect the data type by itself. Although it does, but we can, it will do as soon as we add it, but sometimes it may not. It will give you 1, 2, 3 and ABC both in some cases. That means it has not detected. In some cases, what will it do here? Instead of 1, 2, 3, it will give 1, 2, 3 ABC both. That means it did not detect the data type. So if you want it to detect, you will click on detect data type. Did you understand how to do that? Click on the column, click on detect data type. All these options that we are exploring now, they are all in transform ribbon only. It's very simple, not much to do here. If you understand the data type, you are just asking Power BI to detect the data type. You can check if it is reading it correctly. Now, what happens in case of, let's say if I'm looking at the sales transaction, this is where you all have to pay attention. If I look at the order date, what should be the order date data type? It should be date, isn't it? But it is considering it as a number. So if I ask it to detect also, it is still detecting it as number. Because the values in this, they have not been read properly. What will you do there? Right click on the column. Okay, you can either click on this 1, 2, 3, it will take you here, or right click on the column. You have change type. Is everybody with me on my screen? Can you all see all the options I'm showing you? If you miss these, even if you're missing one step, you will actually miss it. I hope you understood that by now. Right click on the column and you have change type. In change type, you have all these options. You can click on date if it has only date. So how will I know if it has only date or time also? You have to go to your Excel sheet. You have to check that in your Excel sheet, how it is there. And based on that, okay, so now you see in this, there is time also. It's not just the date, although it's 0, but that is time also there, right? So what we will do there, we will right click on this, change type. What should I choose in this? Based on the data in the data set, date and time. It has only date and time. Okay, so it gives you date and time. In your laptops, if the time is set to 24 hours, then you will get 0000 in this. In my laptop, time is set to 12 hours. That is why it is showing me 12 a.m. Okay. The same goes with delivery date. Right click on it, change type, change it to date and time. Now the data type has changed. In some of the data sets, for example, when you're using the AdventureWorks data set, okay, this is one of your tasks. So listen to me carefully. When you right click on it and when you're just changing the data type to date, it is not enough. You will have to click on using locale. That means that particular data set belongs to USA time zone. What data type we have on our systems? We are all those in India. I hope everybody here is in India only. So now if you select using locale, if you do not select using locale, it will read the timings based on India, the Indian time zone, and then it will not read it properly. You all know that the time formats used are different in every location. How do we write? We write date, month, and year. Right? Some countries they write month, date, and year. In USA, they write it like that, right? Month, date, and year. That's how they write it. So based on that, the data sets, you have to check the data set before you move it, before you are changing the data type. If you look at the in the AdventureWorks data set, let me just open that. Okay. In this case also it is coming as same. Maybe it was some other table. Let me look. In this, there are multiple tables, by the way, in this AdventureWorks dataset. And when you're using it, in every table, you have to check the dates. And you have to change it based on that. Let me open a different one. Date of birth, do you see how the values are there in this? It is very inconsistent. What will you do? Here, for this one, you will right click on this. You will change it to proper data type, change type to, how will you use it? Click on using locale, and then it will give you options. Using locale, when you say, what is the data type? You will change it to date time and whether you want it in which form. English United States or it is English India, you have to select based on that. AdventureWorks dataset, you have to check for which table in which format are they following. You can make it consistently English United States or English India in every table. Okay. Did you understand how to change that? I want you to do that as a task, not now, but you can do it as a homework. It will be there, one of your classwork or homework tasks. Right click on the column. Like for this one, in the customers table, there is a date of birth column in AdventureWorks. Okay, birth date. For that column, you will right click on it, change type, click on using locale, and when you are doing that, it will ask you for the data type you are looking for. You will change it to date because in the Excel, it's only date, not date and time. And then select English United States or English India, but keep it consistent across all the different tables that you are loading there. Okay, you can try this, and if you are still getting errors, we will solve that in the doubt clarification. But did you understand how to change the data type? In any of the columns, not just for the date. Mostly, Power BI reads the date data type only wrong. Not just Power BI, even if you are using any other BI tool also, it will be a problem for it to read the date data type only. Okay, if you see launch date now, if I have to change it, right click on it, add new step. So you see, by default, the data type that it was changing, that it was using, it was not correct. Now, if I change it to this data type, do you see the icon has also changed? It is date now. Did everybody understand how to change the data type? Also, how to detect. Ask Power BI to detect the data type also. Click on this, click on detect data type, it will detect it as well. Sometimes it will read it wrong, so you have to correct it. You can also rename the column, by the way. Now, the columns that we merged later, if you notice here, they are coming as sales transaction dot total amount. Why is it coming like this? Because it is saying that this total amount has been taken from sales transaction table. We merged the customers table with the sales transaction table in this. Using a left join, I merged customers and sales. And the sales transactions total amount I'm getting from the sales transaction table. Did you understand the name of the column here? I don't want this name. I want to call it total amount paid. You can right click on it and you can just rename. Or the same option you will see in this also, rename. I want to call it total amount paid. You can change customer name column. What do you want to do it? You want to change the name of it? Customer name. You can do it to anything. In any table, you can make the change. In the customers table, you want to make a change, do it. Yes, you can do it to anything. That's what, see. Okay. So did you all understand rename as well? You can change the data type from here also. Just click on this and select the data. Select the column first. You will click on the column you want to work for. You want to work on. Click on data type and select the data type that you want to go for. It's a text data type, so it will be text only. But if you want it to detect, that is detect and rename. Do you want to try these? We did not change the data. You did not change the data type in this sales transaction, right? You can go and change the data type. Okay, change the order date and delivery date data type to date and time. You can try detect data type and rename. Just try these two and let me know. Change data type, rename and detect. Try all these three. I'll give you 3 minutes of time. It's 12:22. You can do it within 2 minutes. If you have understood it. If you have not understood, feel free to ask me again. Let me know once you are done also. Okay, so we proceed. Done, done, done. That's good. I need some more done. Then I'll proceed. Okay. Now in the same sales transaction table, here, in this case, I don't really want to change anything. But let's say in this, wherever there is net banking, I want to change it to online banking. Have you ever used find and replace in Excel or a Word document, anything? Find and replace. Have you ever done that? In any Excel document or anywhere? You can actually do that, you can just go there in the Excel, you can find and replace. See, find and select, you can find and replace. See, replace any value. Search for the value and replace it with something that you can do. Similarly, I can do it in Power BI also. What do I want to do now? Again, I'm just replacing it. I'm showing it to you here in Power BI. Let's do it in Power BI. In Excel, I just showed you the option. Here it will be on the top right. You see find and select is there. Click on that. You can replace using this. Anything that you want to replace. Maybe I want to change a name, or wherever there is miss, I want to write MISS, like that. So I can use find and replace. But here it's also the same thing in Power BI. If you already knew it, you can relate. Otherwise, however, I'm showing it to here. Okay. So wherever there is net banking in payment mode, I want to change it to online banking. Is it the same thing? Net banking, online banking? I just want to change it to that. So I'll click on payment mode, and here do you see replace values? Click on replace values. You can replace errors, but since there are no errors in this, I'm going to click on replace values. Value to find. What should it find? It should find net banking. What should it replace with? Online. I'll just replace it with online. You can select if you want to give in more detail, match entire cell contents, replace using special characters, anything. You can use that also. Give a special character there. You can use one of the special characters to replace it. If there is a space, usually we replace it with one of the special characters, underscore or something. Right? So for that, you can use this. But here I'm just changing net banking to online. Click on OK. So wherever there was net banking, it's changed to online. Did you understand? What did I do here? It is simple. Remember these points, we'll come back. I mean, you will do it in a while. Now going to fill. Somebody asked me, how do I replace null values? In Power BI, we usually do a fill down or fill up. Okay, you have fill down or fill up. In this case, what I want to do is, you can either fill down. So these null values are there. So what can I do? I can either, if I do a fill down, whatever the nearest value is there, with that it will fill these two. From Bob, if it is Bob, these both will be changed to Bob. Here also it will be changed to Bob. This, it will change to Charlie. Did you understand what will fill down do? Bob, again, the next null value will be changed with the same name. I'll show it to you, both I'll show it to you. Select this. Yes, I'm showing it again, Prashant. In case of fill up, fill down, let's say I have 1. Null, null, 2. This is there. If I use fill down on this, fill up, fill down are used to fill the null values if they are there. So if I use fill down, this, everything will be changed to 1. All these nulls, 1 is filled down. This 2 will be filled down, as the name itself says. Did you understand fill down? But that is wrong. It should actually impute, like somebody asked me yesterday. But this is how it does in case of Power BI. This is how you use it. There are other ways also. We will use other ways as well. Like you can write the DAX, you can give the if condition, and using the if condition, you can replace it. You can do all those things. For now, I'm just showing you what fill down and fill up does. Okay, you can use if condition and you can say wherever there is null, replace it with this thing. You can specify that as well. Fill down will only fill it with whatever is there up. If I'm doing fill up now, how will be the output of this? Any guesses? What will be these two? Any guesses on what will fill up do? Total null. No, only the last ones will be null. This will be 2, 2, 2. Exactly. 2, 2, 2, and these will be null because there is nothing below them. If there is a value here, then this will replace it to 3. Did you understand fill up and fill down? Kaushik, you are correct. That's not how it should be done. But why is it done like this? Because if you look at this table, if you look at this column, these are just some sales reps who have attended to these particular customers. So in this case, probably the value was not there because this sales rep has only attended the rest. Or maybe at the end, Alice has given Alice name here. The ones above has been attended by Alice only. So if such things are there, you can directly fill up or fill down. Let's do it here. If I'm doing, I'll just duplicate this column so that I can show you both side by side. So this is I'll rename them. I'll do a fill down on this and I'll do a fill up on this. Why am I doing this way? So that I can show you the difference. This is the actual sales rep column. Click on this. Fill down first. Okay. Click on this. Fill up. Do you see the difference between these three? This is the actual null column. If I'm using fill down, the above value is replacing the null. If I'm using fill up, the below value is replacing up. Undo redo doesn't work. You have to remove the step that you performed, Rajkumar. It is not correct. That's what I'm telling you. See, I gave you the situation also, Kaushik. The situation is, it is known that, let's say you are attending customers one by one. Okay. You are the sales rep there and you are attending customers one by one. So you just have written your name at first and you have mentioned that, the next are also mine. So then comes the other one. Then there is Alice who has written their name and then comes Bob. So whatever are the next transactions, they are mine. Something like that, if you are mentioning, if there is an understanding of such sort, then only you can replace it. Otherwise, like you are mentioning, in case of maybe some amount, if I don't have the amount of transaction over here, if I have null, I cannot fill it with the above value, can I? For total amount, if this is given as null, I cannot fill it with above. What will I do? I'll say if total amount is equal to null. There is a if condition that you can use. Okay. You can give an average also, but you have quantity and unit price here, like, right, Vivek? So I'll say wherever the total amount is null, multiply the quantity by unit price and give an output. That can also work. Kaushik, does that make sense? So all those things, there are different ways to do it. Fill up and fill down is just one way to do that. Okay, we are just exploring all the options that are there in transform. I'm not saying that's how you should replace everything. Okay, now, of course, there will be others. We will understand the different statistics, all the when should we use average, when we can replace it with average. We will do it as we go ahead. But how about the rest of you? Did all of you understand fill up, fill down? For pivot, you need to again understand group by because it will group values and then pivot. So I'm going to leave pivot and group by again. I'll come back to those, but an unpivot, pivot, these both are related. Unpivot, pivot, group by statistics. We will do it in a while. I'm just trying to cover those simple ones. The ones that we are doing, they are pretty simple, right? Where there is a proper conceptual knowledge required, I'll explain it to you and then we will do it. We're done with header, transpose, count rows, reverse rows, detecting and changing data, data type, fill. Unpivot, pivot, we will do it in a while. Grouping also will do it in a while. Replace also we are done with, right? Add column is a different ribbon itself, Supriya. It's a different ribbon itself. We will do it add columns. But for now, we are done till here. I'll explain you grouping. Yes, I'll explain you grouping now. Grouping, when we understand grouping, you'll be able to do pivot and unpivot also. So what happens in case of grouping? But do you want to try fill up, fill down, replace? Did you do replace already? You did not do it, right? Do you want to try replace, fill up, fill down? Yes, no, maybe. Yeah, okay, go ahead and do it. Replace, fill up, and fill down. You can replace anything. I just replace in payment mode. Wherever there was net banking, I changed it to online. You can replace that. Use fill up, fill down. And then I'll show you the next. Let me know after you are done. Janvi is done. How about the rest of you? Replace, fill up, fill down. Just duplicate columns and then do it. Fill up, fill down. So you'll understand the differences. Okay, most of you are done. Let's go to group by. But before we do group by here, we need to understand it conceptually. Okay. So I hope I have all of your attention here. Does anybody feel overwhelmed? You are able to follow, right? These are very simple options that you have. It's like just learning a tool and different options in that, isn't it? Wherever there are conceptual explanations required, I'm doing it. Is everybody able to follow? Is it too much for anybody? No, right? All right. Now what we will do, I have different products, let us say. Product ID, quantity. Let's say I have this, and in this I have product ID 1, no, product ID A. No, I'm not, I'm just thinking of a proper use case for this. Let's say this is product category. And the quantity of products available in different category. I'll add product ID also. This is a table that I have. And there are different categories. So what I have category is gifts. How many categories do you see here? This is, let's say, an inventory type of table. Okay, inventory as in, let's say I have a small store where I'm selling these products. Okay, I have not given the product name. We don't need it right now. Let's just say there are different products and I have their different categories, and each product I have given the quantity here. Do you all understand the table? What is the table showing? Right? Now, if I ask you, there are two categories that everybody has understood, right? So when I use group by, Power BI will group this into two categories. We have to select the column based on which I want to group. Okay, we have to select the column based on which I want to group. If I group by the product ID, I'll get all the individual values. Do you see any repeated values in product ID? There are no repeated values in product ID, right? So there is no point of grouping by these product IDs. But if we have categories, it's always better, or it should always, you should use group only on categorical columns. You all know continuous categorical data, right? We have done statistics. We know continuous and categorical data, yes or no? That's what I'm talking about. If there is categorical data in any column, I can group by based on that. But why do I want to group? I want to see the number of products available in each category. Total number of products. Total number of items in each category. So what will it do here? It will first put all the gifts together. Gifts and their quantities, irrespective of the product ID. I'm not concerned about the name of the product here. If you want to add, you can add that also. But what will group by actually do? It will put all these things together. This is what only group by part is doing. This happens in two different parts. First, it will group. Total number of items in each category is my question. Okay, so it is first going to group, and then in the output it will give me how many gift items are there? 7. How many stationery items are there? 17. I'm talking about number of items in each category. Okay, number of items I mentioned. So what did it do? It first grouped it, and then it applied sum on the quantity. Did you understand this? Group by, and this sum is the aggregate function. Did you ever do this sum, average, minimum, maximum? Did you do it in stat session? Sum, average, minimum, maximum, those are aggregate functions. You're going to apply these aggregate functions along with group by. Did you understand this part? Is there anyone who did not understand? I can apply all these aggregate functions on this again. So let's say if I want the minimum of each category, first group will group and keep it, and then you can apply all the aggregate functions that you want. So if I want count, what will be the question for count? How many products are there for each category? Not the total number of items. How many products are there for each category? How many products, not the items in each product category. How many products are there in each category? So what will you do? You will only count. In gifts, there are 3. In stationery, there are 4. Did you understand the difference between sum and count? You can count of quantity, you can do count of product category. In case of count, you can apply it to any column because it's just counting the values in that. So when somebody asked me how to count individual columns, you can select that column and I'll show you how to count there. You can do that. So this was count. And similarly, minimum. What is the minimum of gifts? 1. Minimum of stationery? 2. Right? So all these aggregate functions you can apply on it. Did you understand group by? I have different students, let's say, and they are from different cities. I have their scores. Can I group by 2 columns? Let's check that. Can we group by 2 columns also? Let's say what modules have they taken up? This is the table I have. Now what I want to do, I want to see how many students, listen to my question carefully. How many students have taken up different modules in each city? So what do I want to do? Or if you want me to rephrase, better way to rephrase will be count of students who from each city taken each module. Not able to phrase the question, but are you getting it? So I want to see from each city. So let's say Hyderabad, Python. How many students are there from Hyderabad who have taken up Python? How many students from Bangalore who have taken up Python? So that's how I want the output to be. So I want the groups to be created as like this. Okay. So how many students are there from Hyderabad who have taken up Python? Just count them. I'm not applying other functions. From Python, Hyderabad, there's just one. And how many from Hyderabad? No, Darshan. I'm not talking about the score. I'm talking about the count. Just count them. Hyderabad, Python. There is only one. Is there any other from Hyderabad who have taken up Python? No. Sai Krishna, again. I'm not talking about the score. I'm talking about number of students. How many? Count of. Number of. So I'll use the count function. If I'm using count, I just need to count these. So from Hyderabad Python, there is only one. How many students from Hyderabad have taken up SQL? Just one. How many students from Bangalore who have taken up Python? Two. How many students from Bangalore who have taken up SQL? One. Two. Yeah, two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 students total. I've got all the count. Did you understand grouping by 2 columns? If you have understood the concept of grouping, you will understand the concept of pivot as easily. What we will do now, I'll show you pivot also here only. Pivot, if I ask anybody what is pivot, anybody from who knows Excel, they'll tell me just converting rows to columns. That is what pivot will do. That's how you will define it to me. Even if you search for pivot, it will tell you the same thing. Okay. When you are searching for pivot also, it will tell you the same thing. See, Naveen, sorting, I understand why did you say sorting, but in case of Power BI, don't you think when we are talking about sorting, it is arranging in ascending and descending order, right? Because there is a keyword sort in Power BI, which we are using as arranging in ascending or descending. So that is why don't call it sorting the data. If you're calling it that, in the interview also you will say it like that, and it will be wrong, right? I understand in what point you're saying that it is sorting because you're arranging the data in a certain way, you're saying it is sorting. But it's not actually sorting, isn't it? What it is doing, pivot is actually changing the columns to rows, right? But transpose is also doing the same thing. Transpose just literally take these rows and changes it to columns. Pivot will not do that. Pivot will group and do it. For example, If I'm pivoting this product category and quantity here, I have to select what aggregate function I'm applying on it, and I'm pivoting based on product category. So how will it come? Output of group by is coming like this, isn't it? So the same question I can answer using pivot also. Let me show it to you. Did you understand the output of grouping for this? Did everybody understand the output of grouping for this? Same way, I'll do it for pivot also. What will pivot do this time? It will simply give you the categories will come as the column names. And here, it will give you the values. It is grouping by and then converting the rows to columns. This is what pivot will do. Did you understand? If you have understood group by, it is easier to understand pivot. Can you all confirm? Did you understand what did I just say? Pivot will group by and then change the rows to columns. Transpose will just literally change everything in the rows to column names. Did you understand difference between pivot and transpose? Pivot and group by. Has everybody followed this? If you have understood it here, I'll show it to you on Power BI. Did everybody understand? Now let me go here. I'm just adding that table again. Okay. You can do a duplicate of that also. But what will I do? I'll not add every table. I'll just take one table from it and I'll add it. Regions table. Okay, so I'm just adding it again over here because I want to perform some other function with this. Okay, not this one. In the sales transaction, there are region. Let me remove this. So sales transaction, I just duplicated. Okay, why did I duplicate? I want to see per region, how are the sales have happened. So what will I group by in that case? Per region, how the sales were. In each region, I want to see the total sales. Are you understanding my question? Here, I did per gift category, the total number of items. Is that what I did here? Similarly, I want to see per region, what is the total sales amount? Let me know if you have understood. A pivot also we can do, Balkrishna, but first I want to do it with only group by, and then I'll do it with pivot also later. So I am going to group by region and then perform the sum of total amount. We need two columns. Do you understand? In the output, you get only two columns, region and total amount. I'm going to group by region. So for each region, what is the total amount I'll get there? So I'm going to select this region. You can either right click on the region, click on group by, or even in transform, you have this group by option. Click on group by. So here I'm doing it based on region. The new column that it creates, it should be, just name it anything, count of, no, sum of sales. I'm going to do sum of sales. What am I performing? Sales. On what column am I performing that? Total amount. I'll pause here. Did you understand all the options that I selected? I am grouping by region column. And then there will be a new column created for the count, sum of amount. I'm just naming it as sum of sales. What is the operation I'm performing? Sum on which column? Total amount. So do you see? The output comes like this. These are the total sales for East, South, West, North. Did you understand what happened here? Did you understand the steps also? Everybody. Can I go to pivot now? This time I'll do pivot on the payment mode, because payment mode also has categories. Pravalika, I'll explain it to you. Omkar, I'll explain again. I'll come back to that. Let me first finish pivot and then I'll come back to group by and explain it to you again. Probably use a different column and explain again. Okay. But for those who have understood group by, I'll explain them pivot. They'll do the example. Meanwhile, I'll explain you. Okay. Pravalika and Omkar. I hope it is okay with both of you. Right. Now for the rest of you, have a look. Payment mode also I can group by, right? So that means I can pivot on that as well. So I want to know for each payment mode, the total amount, the sum of total amount. Can we do that? For each payment mode, in UPI, how many total payments I have received? In cash, how many total payments I have received? Card, how many total payments? That I can do with group by. I can also do pivot because I can just group by on that. So I'm selecting the payment mode. Click on pivot column this time. Now, the column based on which I am doing it is payment mode, right? Then what should be the values column? Values is total amount. Okay. In this advanced option, by default, it will select an aggregate value. But if you want to change it to average, you can do that. But I want to see sum only, right? For each payment mode, what is the total amount? Are the options clear to everybody here? You want me to do it again? See, click on the payment mode, click on pivot column. Here it is already saying that use this names in column payment mode to create new columns. So these are all that we are selecting. Here values column is total amount. And here I'm applying sum. Click on OK. What you have to do for this is, here it will not do like how group by will do. Group by will just remove everything else and give this. Pivot will not do that. Pivot, if you see, it has created separate columns here: UPI, cash, online card. And now you see a lot of null values. To avoid that, what I'll do before I pivot, the output is not clear, right? Can you see? I'm seeing UPI, cash, online card, but the output is not clear for me. It is grouping by multiple things in this table. What should you do for that? Before you pivot, just keep those columns that you want to group by and pivot. Okay, sorry, pivot and apply the aggregate function on. I'm going to remove all these columns. I'm only going to keep total amount, and payment mode. Because the output becomes ambiguous otherwise. Just the two columns based on which I want to perform. Pivot column, total amount, sum. Do you see now? This is the reason why I would remove it. If you want to group by two columns in this, you will keep that many columns. Did everybody understand? Pivot and group by. The differences, did you understand, and how to do it over here? Did you understand why did I remove all the other columns? Because the output was becoming very ambiguous. Ambiguous is confusing, very vague. So that is why I made sure that I'm getting for these. We need to remove the columns that we don't need. Exactly, Janvi. The reason why I'm creating for both group by default, it is removing. If you notice that, Janvi, here, group by is removing everything directly. I'm not doing anything. But for pivot, I have to do it and then perform the pivot. Okay. So I want all of you to try this pivot and group by. Those who have understood, they can go and try it. The rest of you, how many of you did not understand group by and pivot? Is there anybody who wants me to repeat it again? Yes. Break. The session will end now, Nazia. It's 1 already. So no break now. You can just practice and then we will end it. I know there are these functions left. Probably I'll try to do them. Otherwise, we'll just end it. Okay. Yes, I'm explaining group by. Rather than removing column by column, select only required columns and use remove others. Yes, you can do that. Anything. You just have to know that you have to remove the rest of the columns. Only those two columns which are you going to perform on aggregate function and group by, you're going to keep it. Now, coming to Omkar, and there was somebody else also who wanted me to explain group by. This time what we will do, I'm going to group by the payment mode. Did you understand the concept of group by, Omkar and Pravalika? Understand the process and concept. Yeah. So here in the payment mode, I have different categories. There is UPI, there is cash, there is online, there is card. So I want to see how many total payments were made in the UPI payment mode. How much total amount was paid in cash? How much total amount was paid through online and through card? So I want to calculate that. I will select payment mode. I hope I have your attention here, Omkar and Pravalika. Click on payment mode. You can just do group by from here only. Right click and group by, or else you have group by option here as well. So click on group by. Now it is giving you option. Advanced is only when you click on advanced, you can group by multiple columns. Basic is grouping by only single column. So grouping by payment mode. Total sales per payment mode is what we are doing here, right? So I want the aggregate function is sum. Column is total amount. I'll pause here. Did you understand this? What am I doing? Performing grouping on payment mode and summing up the total amount. So now for each payment mode, this is the total. Same thing when I do it with pivot, you get it like this. Same values. Just that in pivot, the rows are being changed into columns. But there is confusion also, of course, Nazia, when you just practice it more, you will get it. Were you all able to do it? Try it. Okay. Do both of them. On the sales transaction table only, you can use region, you can use payment mode, any column which has categorical data. You can also check based on the sales rep who has done most sales. But if there are null values, you won't be able to perform. So just use the ones which you have filled down or filled up and then use them. How many sales did this person do? You can do the count of that also. Vivek is done. How about the rest of you? I would like to do the text column functions also. Are you all up for it? Or is it too much? Let's finish text column function, because what happens is if I do not complete the concepts for this week's agenda, then you won't be able to complete all the tasks and assignments, right? And there will be confusion then which one should I do when. So that is why I was thinking if we could just finish as much as we can. Is that okay with everybody? Yeah, with practice, you will get these. It's just like I always tell, Power BI is just like learning how to use an app. You can actually explore each and every option yourself as well. But if you understand the concept behind those, you can use the options by yourself and understand it. Can we do group by first and pivot it? Yes, Sejal. I would say if you are grouping it by like this, why to even pivot? Why can't you just transpose? Right? After grouping by, you can transpose. You can do that also if you want. Now, what does unpivot do? What do you think unpivot will do? This is the column that I have pivoted. Yes, Sushma, I'll do it. There's no theory part in this. It's only this. I'll come back to this. Okay, so what will unpivot do? What do you think unpivot will do? All the columns which you turned into these, yes. Oh, sorry. If you select the columns, it will do it only for those columns. Select all the columns you want to unpivot. So I want to do it on all the columns. Select it, click unpivot. Okay. So it will come back to rows. Control Z does not work. You have to do it like this. Select the columns which you want to this we did by pivot. Select the columns, unpivot. Okay. Did everybody understand unpivot also? It is necessary that you select the columns to unpivot. Otherwise, if I'm selecting only this, it will unpivot only this, which the output doesn't make any sense. So in that case, select all the columns that you used for pivoting and then unpivot them back. Move will only move like this. So if I've selected one column, click on move, it'll move it to left. Click on right, it'll move it to right. Instead of that, dragging and dropping is better, what I feel. Okay, because this move will only move it to one place. Beginning and ending you can do directly. Okay, but instead of that, you can simply just drag and drop it at the position that you want to keep it at. Did you understand move? Pivot, unpivot, replace. Right. Now, do you have all of your attention? I'll take just 10 more minutes of your time. Is that okay? We'll just do the text column functions. Number and date column, we will do it next week. Okay. Text column functions. Just let's say if there is a full name here. In the customers table, we have full name here, right? I want it in separate columns. I want it as first name and last name. Usually when we are filling forms, that's how we do it, first name and last name. Yesterday we learned something as merge columns, where two separate columns we are merging. Today we'll learn something called as split columns. So this customer name column, I want to split into first name and last name. Select that column. In the text column, do you see split column option? Click on split column. Now in this case, you have different options by delimiter, by number of characters, by position, uppercase to lowercase, digit, non-digit, all these are there. Delimiter, what is the delimiter? Yesterday when we were merging, it asked us what is the separator. Do you remember? When we were merging columns, it asked for a separator. This is similar to that. In this case, if it was merged from different columns, the separator would be a space. So the delimiter is the same thing. So if I am splitting the column by delimiter, the delimiter by default here is space. Do you see? It is separated after the space. If you want to separate it, I'll change it back. If you want to separate it based on number of characters, you will provide after how many number of characters should it separate, which is not an ideal option. If I write 5, for everybody, the first name will have different number of characters, right? So do you see? It doesn't make any sense. After every 5 characters, it will separate. Do you see this? What's happening here? The entire full name, it is separating after every 5 characters. So For the name, at least, that's not a good option. By delimiter, by number of characters, and okay, by these two, is it clear to all of you? By delimiter and by number of characters. Position is also the same thing. The number of characters you can specify. After the second value, after the third value, after the fourth value, you can specify the position. Okay, after that, just split it. You can use that. What else can you do? I'm just removing these. Lowercase to uppercase. Wherever there is lowercase, it will separate. But here it is better if I'm doing per uppercase. So after every uppercase, it will separate. If I'm using uppercase. Again, by cases also, it's not a good idea to separate. At least the names. In email, let's say I want to separate after a special character. The special character can be at. So if each occurrence, okay, this is also very important. If there are multiple of such things there, let's say if there are, let me go to products table. And in this product name, if you're seeing, there are two hyphens here. Can you all see this? There are two hyphens. I want to separate. Now you can decide the delimiter being hyphen here. Do you want to separate after the leftmost hyphen, the delimiter, the first one, or the rightmost delimiter, or at each occurrence of delimiter? If you're using each occurrence, at every hyphen, it will separate. If you're using at leftmost, only after the first one, it will separate and the rest two will remain as it is. Are you understanding split column? Did you all understand what is split column? It's pretty simple if you look at it, but again, you have to do it to understand it better. Right? So that was split column. Anybody who did not understand split column, I'll just do the text functions for today. I need your attention for just some few more moments. That's all. Did you understand split column? Similarly, you can use after split column. Split column was only how will you separate values in a given column into different columns. Instead of just being in one column, you're separating it into different columns. Numbers also, yes, you have digits in this. Oh, you want me to do number column also? You have another session at 2 o'clock, Sushma. Will you keep sitting then? That is the reason I don't want to do it. Okay, I'll stop after this. In this category column, you have format. So this is if you want to convert everything. You remember I told you if the data type is string, then I will be able to convert them to uppercase or lowercase. To perform all these functions, the text column functions, it is necessary that the data type of the column is a text. It has to be ABC. Only then you will be able to separate. Alphanumeric also you can separate. So similarly, format. Lowercase, everything converts to lowercase. Uppercase, everything converts to uppercase. Capitalize each word. Here, there is only one word. But if there are more than one words, let me check. Customer name, they are, however, more than one words. Okay. Here, for the customer name. Payment mode and sales transaction, yes, that's a good option. Where I'm just looking for those which have multiple words, but I changed it to this, right? So it's not net banking, it's just one word. I'll go for the customer's full name only. Okay. In this one, capitalize each. First, I'll convert everything to lower characters. Now, all these are in lower characters. Here, capitalize each word. The first character of every word will be changed. Let's say if all of these is in lowercase. Do you see this? There are two different words in each name, first name and last name. All are in lowercase. I want to capitalize each word. First character of each word. Capitalize each word. Okay. This is for converting to uppercase and lowercase. Okay. In this, there are too many things. I'll stop here. Okay. There are more text functions, but you need to understand each one as a concept. You have to understand trim as a concept, clean as a concept, prefix, suffix, you can just add it. But trim and clean, you need to understand as a concept first. Okay, we will do that. I'll stop here for today. You have another session at 2, and that's why I'm not extending the session anymore. Okay, some of you asked for break as well, so I've just been going on without the break. I won't continue any further. We'll do text functions and number functions and date functions next week. You will have some tasks based on that. So you can probably skip those since those were not completed for you. Okay, we will have a doubt clarification session. Everything that you have done today, it might be confusing, like some of you mentioned. It will be confusing until and unless you actually do those. So there are classwork tasks, homework tasks, assignments. All of these are based on Adventure Works dataset. Yesterday we downloaded Adventure Works dataset, right? You will download that, load that dataset and use it. You have to look at each table. I have shared that already, Sushma. Not Sushma, Pravalika. I'll share it again. Okay. Yes. So like I said, a few topics, text functions, column, text column, date column, numeric column we could not do, but we will try to cover it as much as we can in the coming week. Okay. All right. I hope you all have understood whatever was taught. Practice, make sure you finish as many tasks as you can. So whatever practice we have done, you'll be able to understand. Doubt clarification session will be there. I'll be taking it and I'll answer any questions you have there. After the session, make sure you all give the feedback, because based on the feedback, I can understand if there is any improvement that has to be made in the way I explain. So do let me know that as well. Ravi, over to you.
Sure, Abid, I'll take it from you. Okay. So that's all for today's session, guys. I hope everyone have enjoyed the session. So as Abid mentioned, so please do try to give your feedback. So as we are mentioning in every session, but we are receiving only few feedbacks. So I request everyone to, those who are in the session, take a minute of your time, go back to LMS and provide your valuable feedbacks. Okay. And we have another session scheduled at 2 p.m. today. So try to join that session without fail. It's a meet with alumni. So our alumni students will be sharing their experience with you. So try to join the session without fail. Okay. And also the file, whatever been shared by the instructor, that will be get uploaded in the LMS in the week 1 under the assignment section. So you can just access it directly from the portal. Okay. And also try to complete your assignments and practice test and submit it by before Friday. So on Friday, you will be receiving a progress report. So try to complete assignments and submit it in the LMS. Okay. So in case if you are having any kind of question, drop an email to success@odinschool.com. Okay, Nazia, I'll reach out to you after the session. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Sarah.
Actually, I can't able to access my LMS portal.
Drop an email. We'll guide you like how to access it. Okay. Oh, okay, guys. That's all for today's session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining, and don't try like forget to attend the session. Thank you.